Welcome to Building Great Sales Teams, a show dedicated to making sales teams tick, tick, boom. Great sales teams are not recruited, they are built, block by block. Let's get to work.
Hey guys, thank you for joining me again on Building Great Sales Teams. I have something special for y'all today. I actually took an excerpt of one of my sales meetings. We do a company-wide call every Friday, and this is a Zoom call that we kind of bring the company together. And on this call, I didn't plan this at all. I just kind of went off on this message that I had about consistency. And I would love for you guys to be able to experience it as well. I'm actually talking to my salespeople in this situation, so you can kind of hear how I address them and how I talk through things with them, the transparency involved, and then the message that I deliver to them. It would be great if you guys took a few notes and then actually repackage this for your own teams. I think y'all could get a lot of benefit from it. So enjoy.
Talking about math and systems, Doug, what's up?
I just wanted to point out that it has to be part of the company culture. And, we haven't done a good job of making sure that that is top of mind for our sales reps every day. So it's got to be something that we push from the top, you know what I mean? And it's a constant conversation. So, we bear responsibility in that too. But what happens is you have a week like we have this week, and then all of a sudden we're thinking, all right, we're at zero right now. What can we do better? And then it always ends up, we always go back to basics. We're like, okay, well, how many doors a day are our guys knocking? You know what I'm saying? And I see it, guys. I see the money more than anybody else. I'm tracking money every day, and you guys are all making a shitload of money. You know what I'm saying? And so in my head, the first thing that I go to is, okay, and this is not new, guys. And this happens to everybody, and I am not immune to this. You know what I mean? Like when you start making that kind of money, these principles that made it in the first place, when you were excited about the product in the first place, you were running off of adrenaline. You were running off of, oh, this is a new product I'm selling, and oh, I made my first close and I got my first check for an actual close, setter or closer. So at first you're running off of getting that first close, getting that first big check, you know what I'm saying? And then, Robert, you got a $10,000 check last month. One check, one close, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you follow that up with being hungry? I'd venture to say, Robert, that was the biggest check you ever got in your life.
That was the biggest check I ever got in my life. You're absolutely
okay. So like, how do you go the next week and honestly say, I'm as hungry as I was the week before? Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like if I got a, $50,000 check tomorrow, I'm just not going to be as hungry. It's human nature. Let's not act like it doesn't exist, right? But the way that you combat that it's not saying that your character isn't there. The way that you combat that is you use systems like this and say, all right, last week I knocked this many doors and this was successful for me. I made a big check. This week, I'm going to continue to do the same damn thing. And the people that do that, whether it's appointment setting for solar or whether it's operating in your business and following a system in terms of completing tasks, in terms of meetings, in terms of showing up for your team, the people that do that consistently over time are the ones that are incredibly successful. And people call them an overnight success. People call them super talented. People say, oh, well, they're here and I'm here. The difference between this and this, guys, when you get up to the conversations and the rooms that I'm in and everything, the distance between this and this is consistency. That's it. And it's one of the things I have struggled with big time, because like many of you, I'm a talented motherfucker. I'm going to say it. I'm talented. And I know I'm talented because I've been this successful for the past 12 years and I haven't been consistent. The reason it took me 7 times to finish 75 hard is because I'm not a disciplined dude. I'm just not, because I'm talented. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you have that kind of talent, which a lot of you do, A lot of you have that ability to connect with people and to make them feel emotions and to present a product that you believe in and it exudes from you. That is a talent. When you have that, it makes it easy to not be disciplined. You know, so you're almost at a disadvantage, right? Because the halfway talented motherfucker that is disciplined is going to smoke you every day. You know what I mean? And I've seen that happen in my career. And so what 75 Hard taught me was, okay, I'm not disciplined. And if I want to get it to the next level, if I want to make $1 million a year, it's between, 250 and $1 million is consistency. That's all it is. You guys know what you got to do. It's being consistent is the hardest fucking part. How many diets have you started and failed? How many times have you had a new habit that you were going to start and stopped? I mean, what are you doing today that you have done consistently for even a year? Besides eating, sleeping, waking up, and reacting to the day. Or besides vices that aren't good for you, right? So that's the biggest difference between here and here is that consistency is, and that's all we're doing. We're reminding you of a tool for a lot of you veterans, and then you new people, we're giving you a tool in order when things are really good that you maintain the metrics in that tool and you maintain your consistency. Because then all of a sudden you go from making 150 to 200 a year, which can absolutely be accomplished at a setter level, to making $500,000 a year as a closer, to making $1 million in a year. One of you motherfuckers is going to do it. All right. The math is there. If you do the math on 2 deals a week. Do the math on 2 deals a week and figure out how much you can make over 1 year. Just do the math. It's nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like 350, Wayne, $500,000.
$416,000 on an average $4,000 commission.
$416,000 on 2 closes a year as a closer, I'm assuming.
2 closes a week for a year.
That's insane to me. And the circles that Wayne and I are in, there's individuals closing 3 and 4 a week. So they're gonna make $1 million in a year. Some of the best sales trainers I know have made $1 to $2 million in a year on W-2 commission positions. They sold B2B. And they say it all the time. If I wasn't in the sales training space now and all I did was sell, I go to solo. There's no question. The selling a consumer is way easier than selling an entire business. You know what I'm saying? And the commissions that we make for selling a consumer are equal to those that are made selling a whole business, if not more sometimes. So we have an amazing opportunity. You have an amazing opportunity, even if you don't like solar, even if you don't like knocking doors, even if you don't like closing deals, hell, make $1 million in a year and you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? Because now you got the cash to pursue that passion. Or just go hang out on a beach for a couple of years and then come back and still have a little cash left over and figure out what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with either. Because if you make $1 million in a year, then that means this company netted $100,000, $150,000. We're about 10 to 15% net profit right now. So I'm all about that. Give me 10 people doing that, and I got my $1 million a year. You know what I'm saying? And so, I kind of went off on a little tangent there, but that's where we're at with this. When you look at success is consistency, period. If you're consistent, you can suck. But if you're consistent, you're going to beat people that are talented and aren't every time. And it's not hard work. I mean, it is hard work, right? To stay consistent, you have to be disciplined, right? But it's not like this insane work ethic that you need to have. The insane work ethic collapses time because you get more experience and then you fall back on the consistency, but you're more experienced at that point. You're more skilled, so you convert faster, right? So the guys that come into this business and work 60 hours a week for 6 months straight are going to be way further along than the guys that consistently work 40 hours a week for 6 months straight, right? Just reps are going to make you more skilled, right? And the faster you get to that skill level that converts you more customers, you multiply that by consistency, and you're going to collapse time. But if all you are is what that baseball card describes, if all you do is make 80 contacts a day, have 80 contacts a day to 40 potential leads, and convert 1 or 2 of those a day. I mean, look at the numbers we're doing now. I think me and Wayne averaged it out. It's like 2.5 to 3 RAN appointments per setter per week. If y'all just start having 1 RAN appointment per day, you're tripling your average, doubling your average. You know what I mean? These little adjustments start at the base level and start with knowing, okay, this is my machine, this is my sales machine, and this is how many contacts I have to put into it. And then out the other end comes my goal. I need to know what this number is first. So that's what the baseball card does. It establishes that for you guys.
Yeah, and that, not even considering referrals, customers you signed up, that referral pipeline starting to come through, plus the work that you're doing. That's how those guys become millionaires in solar, is by getting lots of referrals. Like customers they talk to, they sign up, they get 3 or 4 referrals from those people, and then that's how it keeps cascading. And they keep doing the work, right? They knock on doors, they keep doing that stuff, but they're also collecting referrals. And that referrals start to push forward. But as you were talking, Doug, I was thinking about the saying that consistency beats talent when talent doesn't work. And that's it. I mean, consistency beats talent when talent doesn't work, because like you said, as talented people, we don't want to work all the time, right? And it's about embracing the suck sometimes. Man, it's hot out there. It's a saturated market. There's a ton of door-to-door people selling solar. There's a lot of bad characters. There's a lot of bad rap in our industry. But man, you got to embrace the suck and do it because you love doing it. Find a way to love what you do. Find a way to love the process of all of it, including this baseball card, including using high level, including all those little things that seem annoying to you. Learn to embrace doing those processes, and before you know it, it's going to become second nature, and it all makes sense to you. Which kind of brings the last thing I'm going to talk about before we jump off this call, Doug.
Some of the good news we should have led with in the beginning, and this is back to the consistency piece, right? Is Cheyenne got an email or a phone call the other day from is it KRS, right?
Yes.
You're on mute, Cheyenne. So walk us through what happened there.
KZTV channel 10. So they kind of just looked us up on Google, looked us up on our social media page, liked the traction, liked the culture going on there. So they want to showcase us for the Coastal Bend as like the Coastal Bend's living solar company.
So that's massive, guys. We're like number 13. If you look up solar Corpus Christi, we're like number 13. They went through 12 other companies, right? They went through 12 other, and the reason we're number 13 is because we've only been operating for 10 months. Argenta's, and then Argenta Solar's only been operating for 4 months now, right? And so they went through 11 other companies and they picked us. Why? Because we invested in our social media, right? We've got amazing people handling that, like Nika and Ann and Kathy and Marianne, right? And then of course Ryan, my bad. Ryan doing all the content, content. That's an inside joke, sorry. But and you go to our page and we're investing every day, 1 like, 2 likes, 3 likes. We don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? We're consistently putting it out there. And I don't think you realize how huge this is, guys. Like, oh, I mean, I don't know what you realize yet, right? But we're going to have a conversation with them on Tuesday, and it's going to be about doing a spot on what homeowners need to look out for when they get solar. And me and Wayne are going to hit that shit out of the park. You know what I'm saying? And so we're going to be all over the news. And then what's going to happen, right? More SEO, more social media traction, more eyes on our company. You know what I mean? They went past 11 other companies. Some of those are national companies, guys. And they stopped on Argenta Solar because of what we had invested in educating the public on solar. And so it's a huge win. It's a huge win for the social media team. It's a huge win for all you guys as well, because of the reviews you've gotten on there. You know what I'm saying? Because of the customer pictures, the big checks, everything that is on our social media, everything that's our whole presence online was either generated from content that Ryan's captured or that we've invested in for other media companies to capture, posts that our social media team has put together, or impact that you guys have made out in the field. You know what I'm saying? So it's a huge win for everybody. So I just wanted to make sure we covered that on this call.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of Building Great Sales Teams. We sure do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're subscribed to the show wherever you consume podcasts. This way you'll get notifications as new episodes become available. Remember, great sales teams are not recruited. They are built block by block. Until next time.